Example 9. Evaluate the definite integral from 1 to 5 of 12 times the natural log of x to the third divided by x. And notice that this 3 is on the outside of the parentheses, and that means this whole thing is being raised to the third. Now, since we have a power, that's the cube there, the 3, that has a base that has a derivative, we need to let that be u so that we can use u substitution to solve this. So if I let u be the natural log of x, the derivative of u with respect to x of the natural log of x is 1 over x. Now I'm looking to get rid of all the x's in the expression, so I want to solve for the dx so I can get rid of that as well. So I'm going to multiply both sides by dx, and I get du is 1 over x dx, and since that x is on the bottom, I'm going to have to multiply by an x to isolate that dx term. So I end up with x du can be substituted for my dx. So I'm going to switch over to the indefinite integral, leave off those endpoints for now. I've got to evaluate the integral of 12 times u to the third, right? Because this whole thing, ln of x, natural log of x, is a u. And then for dx, oh, and by the way, there's still an x under there. And for dx, I have to put in x times du. If we do this right, there won't be any x's left. And look, there's an x on bottom, x on top, and those reduce out. So that will give me the integral of 12u to the third du, and that's a simple power integral. So 12u to the 3 plus 1 divided by 3 plus 1 gives me 12u to the fourth over 4, and that reduces to 3u to the fourth. Now we've got to go back in. Instead of our u, we've got to do 3 natural log of x, and look, the whole thing is to the fourth. The u was the natural log of x. It's the base, so it's not, okay, it's not natural log of x to the fourth. So be really careful. You've got to have those parentheses. We're going to evaluate this first at 5 and then at 1, and we're going to subtract. So it's 3 parentheses, natural log of 5, all of that raised to the fourth, minus 3 parentheses, natural log of 1 raised to the fourth. So first I evaluated at the upper, which is 5, and then at the lower, which is 1. Now this is a calculator problem from this point, and you can do 3 times natural log of 5 to the fourth, but you got to be careful. You got to have those parentheses, because if you don't, it's going to do this. It's going to do natural log 5 to the fourth. So it's going to go 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 instead of natural log of 5 to the fourth. So put your parentheses around your natural log. So 3 parentheses, natural log 5. Now you're going to have to close your parentheses twice. Raised to the fourth is 20.1288 minus, now the natural log of 1 is 0, so look, the natural log of 1 translates to e, that's the base of the natural log is an e. E to some power, that gives us a 1. Well, only e to the 0 will give us a 1, so that's going to be a 0. So my final answer is 20.1288, which can round to 20.13, or 20.129. So pay attention. to whatever the instructions tell you to do inside of My Math Lab.